Hey guys, welcome to Carbon Codes. I'm Blake, and I'm dressed like this because today I have the pleasure of opening a practically new in-box, complete office setup from the 1980s. We have an IBM PC XT, or the 5160 here, a Amdek 310A monochrome monitor, and then a Toshiba dot matrix printer. This one still is taped shut, it's literally never been used in its life. And both of these have been opened and used practically once. You'll see how crazy new they are once we open them. I've taken a peek at least. And then we got our manuals and the keyboard and such over there, the supporting hardware. So let's dig in. We're going to start with this IBM PC XT here. You can see a bunch of the original shipping labels and part of the original tag. It's more complete on the other boxes. I like this side view here with the whole IBM logo and the Personal Computer XT System Unit. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at what's inside. My helper Pollo here today. Alright. So we got phone here. Obviously I've taken a peek at this quick before I took it home, so I've seen this a little bit, just a little bit. I have not had a chance to actually enjoy it and get a deeper look, but here's the system. Still has the floppy protector card inside of the drive. Get the box out of the way now. My helper Pollo can go explore that. Alrighty, so here it is. Wow. Unbelievable how fresh this is. I accidentally just hit the power switch and it was crispy to say the least. Look at this. Wow. So there's that original protector card in the floppy drive bay. An MFM hard drive, factory on this guy. The original IBM branding. Apologies, my camera doesn't want to focus right now. On-off switch. Very clean. And just look at this. This is really how I knew they weren't lying about it barely being used. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on this back plane here. Yeah, look at how clean that is. I can't get my camera to do close-up and focus, but these stickers are just, I mean, everything on this thing is unbelievably fresh. We're going to open it up and check everything out. I do that with all the old systems I get just to make sure nothing's going to pop, or, you know, try and give it the best chance it got. We can always fix anything, but, you know, just kind of give her the refresh. I'll set this aside and let's get a take at the monitor. Here we got the Amdek 310A monitor. All the original stickers and stuff from its purchase. Off Parker Drive in Aurora, Colorado from CompuShop. Pretty cool. I always like the stories these boxes tell. But let's look inside, see what it has in there. This one I think I'm gonna put on the floor to pull out, just because it's gonna be easier that way. A little lighter in the computer. Back side of it. These are interesting. They have a, I don't know if you'll have to see at the back of that system. It has the male end of this plug, so you share the power supply main lines between the monitor and the computer. There's all kinds of fun stuff there, but look at that. There it is. So this is a very high-end monochrome anti-glare monitor, obviously from the time period. You'll notice there's a color difference. It's probably, you know, aged and yellowed in ways, but even from the beginning this was a slightly a different color, if I'm not mistaken from what I've seen. Wow, so clean though. There's a little bit of the foam packing stuff kind of in places. The box has some of that. And there's a bag in here. I wonder what. Doesn't look like there's anything else in there. But yeah, you'll notice the screen isn't shiny because it has this layer of almost like thin nylon fabric or something over it. I guess it still looks a little shiny, but yeah, really clean. Just a little bit of dust from sitting, maybe, and then mainly the packing stuff on there, but wow. So you pull that on to turn it on. If it's easy, I might open this one to check it out, or we might just turn it on, and if anything pops, I'll just have to fix it. There's the specs and stuff on the back, the warnings, UL label. Pretty cool. The keyboard for the system was never put back in its original packaging, and I don't have the box for that. But it stayed in this like protective sleeve I usually see for like industrial environments. And so we're going to take that off for the first time, but you can see how nice and clean this is at the bottom side. So let's see how clean it is underneath all that. Some of that packaging stuff too that's degraded. Wow. Pretty dang clean. I'm sorry, the lighting's kind of terrible. Let's see if I flip this around, it gets a better view. Wow. And all these old IBM systems, keyboards, they're built hefty. I mean, the plastics and everything. But also there's a whole metal backplane in this, and the computer and everything. This is a heavy keyboard. This is something you could probably defend yourself with, honestly. So, yeah, pretty cool. This is labeled as a high-res display adapter. I'm not sure what's going to be in here, maybe a card, but wow, this looks like it wasn't ever used or opened. Oh wow, yeah, this is a card. Well now, wait a minute here. I bet you it's upgraded in there. This looks like the original IBM CGA card. Ooh. This is brand looking new too, you know, pretty much unused. I wonder if they swapped it out in there. That'll be cool to see here in a second when we open that up. Now let's take a look at this Toshiba dot matrix printer that's never been opened. Never been used. Again, the original labeling from Aurora, Colorado, CompuShop. How cool. All the packaging labels and such, but let's open this one up. This is going to be crazy. This one's, I mean, it's a printer, you know, it's not something most people find super nice, but I don't even have a normal printer, so we'll see if this one works. Get it working if it doesn't. Crazy. Never thought I'd be opening something from the 80s brand new. Oh, this is probably just going to peel off. I don't even need to cut that one. Oh, maybe. Guess they tape them pretty good. Wow. Yeah, it sure looks brand new. Cool. I'm going to do the same thing and put this on the floor to pull it out. Okay. like a pretty nice printer. Got some weight to it, there's that much. Wow. Hopefully it was meant to make that noise and something hasn't. Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a screw's loose in there. Oh! There's one missing from the bottom, so I wonder. They also packaged everything in here with the printer. Brand new. Now that looks like it was baggy, so they must have. Unless they shipped it like this, they must have opened it, which is very confusing because I just cut the tape open on that, but they could have retaped it, I suppose, even back then. This foam's kind of getting deteriorated. But I was also given another printer out of box with this whole setup. This is still tied together. Bands feel good. I have to lube all this up before I go crazy. Wow. There's still some lube on it, obviously, but I'll around with it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alrighty, now let's open this thing up. See what's in there. I'm gonna really quick just to see. Wow. Pretty cool. But if I'm not mistaken, the screws are on the back, and the whole shell slides off going forward. Just like my 51, 55. They're hefty too. This whole thing, I mean, this is metal, this isn't plastic. You know. I think this is the last one. Yeah. So it either goes out to the front or well, I'm pretty dang sure it goes out. Yeah. Nice and easy and serviceable. Well, I'll come around up front there and finish that. PC speaker. Wow. Looking very fresh in there. Looks like they did upgrade that display adapter. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll keep it. I suppose yeah, I'll keep it probably, yeah. Hopefully it works with all the software I'm gonna use. Obviously it works with the software it has, but now I'm gonna go through here and make sure nothing looks too bad before we try powering it on. And if something pops, that's fine, we'll fix it, and hopefully it doesn't though. We can just kind of boot up and see what happens. Maybe this drive works too, that'd be cool. Alright, so I've moved everything to another room because I just have more access to power and all kinds of stuff there, so I've looked everything over a little bit, and I think we're ready to test it out and see what happens. See what happens when we give it power. We're going to start with just plugging in power to the power supply, you know. On the main system, which should supply power to everything. A little tight there. Heard some stuff. Cool. Now I'm not sure if we need to power on the main power supply. I'm not sure if it's switched there to get to power to the monitor. I think it's not though, so I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to turn this on. Nothing, so we must need to turn that on. Okay, just want to make sure. That all feels good, but I guess we're going to have to power both on at once then. So we're going to turn the system on. I guess we're just going to turn both on. So I'm going to leave this on. And let's see what happens when I give the whole thing power, I guess. Hard drive spinning up, the monitor's turned on. We have the memory check going, so the system seems to be working. Wow, that's a crispy monitor. Cool. I like how they kept the light here amber as well. See how much memory we got. I wonder if they upgraded the memory. I didn't really look into that. Oh yeah, they did. Oh man, this will be crazy if it boots off that drive. Sounds... I think it sounds kind of okay. Open that up too. Oh yeah, perfect timing. I started checking the floppy, there's nothing there, it's spinning that. Now it's trying to read the drive. Whoa! Whoa! Kirby Company of Aurora Master Menu. Tuesday, January 1st, 1980. Holy crap. The drive works and it has stuff on there. Oh my gosh. Look at how cool this is. I think I'm going to move it over to the monitor here. Wow. I guess I got the refresh rate on the camera set up okay, because it seems to be capturing this alright. Let's see if I can get it in closer and get some focus on this. Wow, look at how clear that is. Okay, cool. Let me put this over here. I'm going to walk through this a little bit, see what we get. Kind of a esoteric setup we got right now, since I got all this open for testing or in case of pops or explosions. And I have to get a side-by-side of this with my other 5155, which shares the same motherboard and such, you know, it's the same board as this IBM PC XT. It's basically a PC XT portable. I originally got this because it was a good deal and it was listed as like barely used. And I was like, oh, well, this is kind of cool, and I have spare parts. I don't like that. Unless there's a sleep mode. There is! No way! Wow. We don't need full brightness. Let me go check what the camera's seeing, though. Yeah, I'll go a little brighter than that. Cool. Okay, well, we'll see what I see in here and see if this drive works. Accounting and backups. Or I can go to page index, so let's do... Now, I'm pressing F2 and it's going to F3 it looks like. Which is strange. But I couldn't tell you if that's part of an issue with the keyboard, which I doubt, knowing these keyboards, or the software or something, but I don't know. Okay, so we got Pacioli. I guess we can't really get to... Oh yeah, I guess it just skips. For some reason we can't go to the program menu, because that's a whole different key set. I'm using the arrow keys now. /H for help. Yeah. What is this? What? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm used to this being bare and me not having any software, and I install all myself, and I've never... I'm failing at my job as a business accountant from the 80s apparently. I just opened my system and I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna get fired here. Communications, Bitcom, A-term, PC anywhere. Okay, dBase. I don't remember what dBase is, but I've heard of it. WordPerfect. Yeah, that'd be good. Spreadsheet utility. Lotus 1, 2, 3. What? That was a strange name or sound from the speaker. Invalid directory or bad command name. Okay. Could be a read error. Copyright 1986 by Jim Haas. We're gonna have to look all this up. Yeah, part of me doubts that was a read error, but it could have been. Bad command or file name. See, we booted into all this, though, so we loaded... The drive reads something correctly. Master graphics? I guess nothing's gonna load here for us. Let's open up dBase, maybe. Bad command or file name. I wonder if we can exit to what I'd imagine be DOS. Unless this isn't ROM. There's no way this isn't ROM, right? Right? I have a PicoMem ISA card I want to put in this guy. And I wonder... Something's not fully right, because... Maybe the drive isn't reading, and this isn't ROM, which seems very unlikely. Nothing will work. The PC speaker almost sounds broken. Let me get out of here. I don't know how to get out of here. HDM to 4.04. Hard disk manager 2. See, this seems strange. Why would you have a whole thing that's just a hard drive manager? Wait, this is loading. Pacioli accounting. Okay, wait a minute here. So we did the memory check. No, yeah. So ROM has the standard memory check. So this all loaded off the hard drive. Because it tried to boot off the disk, the floppy, that is. Whoa! This is pretty cool! Copyright 1990. What? Now I do have a Windows 3.1 book we haven't looked at yet, so I wonder if this is looking very Windows 3.1. But this must be some software actually. This must be just the GUI for the software. Well, we can definitely test the disk if we load some of the stuff, but I might not show it. Purchase sales. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't expect to be within any accounting periods. I'm surprised anything is doing anything right now. Let's look at periods, I guess. Let's start from what looks to be beginning. Kirby Co. of Aurora. Wow, I don't know, open. Yeah, confirming. Well, I don't really have any idea what just happened there. No transaction for this period. Close it anyway. Okay. Yeah, okay. Damn. I'm doing some serious stuff here on my business computer. Can I just get out of here? I don't like this anymore. I'm scared. Create a new company. Now, there's a tiny bit of the packaging stuff in this little mesh film, but dang, it's in good shape. I want to do something fun. I want to be in DOS. I don't know what this whole management system is. Let's exit. Now we get a prompt. So we do have DOS. It looks to be. But we usually go into the other thing. I was waiting for it to actually do something. Oh my gosh, alright. Oh my gosh, we're at a DOS prompt now. We're on C. We have nothing in the A drive. Or B drive, however it's... Oh! This is off the hard drive. Wow. Well, dang, I don't really... Let's see what our directory structure is. I don't... Some batch files? Where's our binaries at? I'm more of a Unix person, by the way, so I don't use DOS that much, and I don't use Windows basically at all. So I would like to find out oh, okay, so I'm not in the... Okay, this is what's happening here. I see, I was in Pacioli, so I gotta go back. Alright, well, I'm not really interested in all this, okay? Oops. Nah, riddle me this. Okay, now when I'm paying attention. Alright, yeah, we're at the base directory. Yeah, we're at DOS. Wow! I got some discs. I should go check some discs out. Okay, I'm gonna go get some discs. Let's take a look at all the original documentation that came with it. We got all these binders here. Super cool. Sorry for the shadows and stuff. Let me see if I can fix that. There you go. This is the guide to operations. Take a look. Zentek serial interface card. Installation and operating manual. Okay, this must be something they optioned in there. That's pretty cool. Standard guide to operations from IBM. Introduction. How to configure your computer. Cool. Gotta advertise all their IBM stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. This does cassette. I can do cassette on this, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to try that out. I like saving stuff on tape. Some setup stuff, operation stuff. PD, power delivery? Oh, problem determination. Procedures. So business. Wow. Options. Some printers and stuff you could get. 5 1/4 drives, the memory expansions. What was that last section I skipped? Relocate? Yeah, what to do if you're like gonna move the computer. Obviously you don't want the hard drive spinning while you move it. Let's see some of this. Yeah. Make sure it's off. Put in your protectors. Unplug it all. Slide it all into its nice box. Long distance relocate. Okay. How cool. And then we got our discs here. Or at least a disc. I wonder what disc this is. Diagnostics disc. Wow. That's cool. Let me see what other... I think I got a bunch of other IBM discs now that I'm thinking it. Yeah, okay. What are these? Pretty cool. Okay, well, there's that one. Let's look at the next book. Control code chart for ASCII, nice. Really cool. Next one we got Guide to Operations of Personal Computer XT. I'd imagine this would be similar to the other one, but it must not be. DOS. IBM DOS by Microsoft. Wow. Cool. Look how new this is. Look at how nice and fresh this is. Oh my gosh. Guide to Operations. They even made it green because of the original monochrome green monitors. We have an amber phosphor monitor, but how cool is that? All kinds of stuff, testing and stuff. The color graphics monitor adapter, the CGA adapter. Which on our unit's been upgraded to the high res, which I suppose must mean that we can support high res on that monitor. Pretty cool. I have 2 CGA cards now, and this has a modem upgrade and a few other stuff, the memory upgrade, but I'll have to dig all into that later. I think I want to get, here's another set of that, can I have documentation? I want to get the Pico mem card in there and stuff to back up that drive just in case anything happens. So we'll do that here shortly, but wow, warning you to do the first book if you haven't done that yet. Okay, I'm gonna put this at the front. How cool. This is sweet too, this DOS book, IBM DOS. I suppose I should put that right up front. Okay. Now, built into ROM on these machines, you have IBM Basic right in the ROM. No drives, nothing. Which is pretty cool. You can use right out of the box. So that's what this book's talking about. By Microsoft. And then I got some paperwork in here. Oh wow, look at this. The original thank you. Look at this. Thank you for purchasing an IBM personal computer. We appreciate your expression of confidence in selecting IBM. Wow. How cool. This is all from the dealer. They didn't check all the boxes. Okay, the checklist. Wow. I wonder why this is in the basic container. Oh yeah, look at here. Your registration. Your program license agreement on paper. Can't just press accept to that one. Customer response form. I'm pretty sure if you turn this in, they give you something. Should I fill this out? Wow. Household income? Oh boy. 50,000 or over. You can almost have health insurance on that now. Congratulations, you're using the world's best diskettes. How cool is that? Another checklist they didn't check everything off on. How funny. Wow. Then we have IBM Basic by Microsoft. So I should just go over all the basic stuff you can use. Not as in it is basic, but the basic language in ROM and how to use it. Cabling your IBM Monochrome display. Okay. There you go. There's a function in BASIC we can use. Switch options. Some of this I'm kind of confused why it's in the BASIC book. Perhaps it's duplicated though. I feel like I've seen a few of these pages before. Constants in BASIC. Fixed point and floating point. I'm going to have to play with that later. I'm writing a neural network with fixed point math. I wonder if we have a floating point unit in this system, but if not, then obviously it's not accelerated, so that's actually really slow. So doing decimal mathematics, you'd want to use fixed point. Not that you're trying to get speed out of this anyway, it's an old computer, but... Yeah, look at this, the get statement. Cool. Really cool. String, user, val, var pointer. Wow. I wonder what that card's about. Special characters, okay, and then what's this one? Reserved words, oh wow, okay. For the basic language. IBM Basic. Basically Microsoft Basic. Basically Microsoft DOS, but IBM DOS. We're a big company, we have to put our name on it. Cool. Well that's, oh yeah, and then we got one more. IBM DOS. Basically Microsoft DOS, but about IBM DOS. Disk operating system. Let me go check that book. I'm pretty sure it's not a diskette for BASIC. I know it's in ROM. My other system, yeah, okay, cool, there isn't. My other system just boots into BASIC. It has no hard drive. Unless I put a disk in the drive, in the floppy drive. Disk operating system, IBM, by Microsoft. Read your disclaimers. Wow. And anyways, on the back of this is going to actually have a disk, I imagine, for maybe multiple disks. Yeah, for DOS. So you got your 5 1/4 floppy here. Just one, I suppose. Version 1.1, copyright IBM. IBM DOS, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna have to look at all that. And then this is how to use all of it, I imagine, all the DOS stuff. But really quick at the end here, I saw something. Product comment form. Okay. Oh, look at that little. Oh yeah, look at how nice that is. Piece of original plastic, okay. Some DOS debug commands, and it's like your cheat sheet. DOS cheat sheet, it looks kind of like. Folds up, pull that out, how cool. Wow. Okay, well now this is all of the books that I got with this computer. And I got some other discs I couldn't read on my other system. I think I fixed the drive, so I don't think it's a drive issue, but either way we can scan these on this system too. See what they got on them, but for all of that I'm going to get a PicoMem in there and an SD card with some software so we can back stuff up just in case. Hey guys, it's been a little while since that last recording. Between now and then I've gone through the 5160 and checked out all its internals and capacitors to verify it's all in good shape, and did a little bit of debugging on some small things, had to reseat some chips for the screen. But other than that, it's all ready. I've backed up all the ROM and the hard drive as well. And then I have my own version of Elks booting here, you'll see in a minute. And I wanted to get a quick video of it next to this 5155 I have too, just because I thought it'd be cool to have them together. Kind of like the super rich man's dual computer office setup, I guess, for back in the day. So yeah, let's look at these. First, I'm just gonna have them both boot up, and we're gonna kind of play around with them. I thought they'd fit nice together since they both have that Amber Monochrome display. And I'll turn off the lights here in a second so we can get the displays a little cleaner. You know what, I'll do that now actually. Oh, that's maybe a bit too dark, but... There we go. Capture some of the amber reflecting off the keyboards. As they boot up, we can log into both of them. Pretty cool shot of these systems next to each other. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a standard 5160. I'm going to pull these both here so I can do some stuff. We have Elks Linux on both. They're both bare builds. I built them literally, I don't know, a few minutes ago. I've done minor configurations on the 5155's build right now, but nothing really. They can do networking. I'm currently building a driver for using that unboxed printer that I have through Elks on this 5160 or the 5155, whichever I want to use. But that's pretty much it. So you'll be seeing a lot more of these. But yeah, just some cool clips of these working next to each other. Let's get some close-ups, action shots. There's that Amdek monitor close-up, looking real nice. I don't really have anything cool to play on here. I should have got some nice graphical end curses program or something up on here, but and I haven't optimized these builds for RAM usage at all right now, so they're actually really pushing their limits. I've gotten a build of this to run way more efficiently on these machines, but right now, I mean, they're really, really pushing it. Then we can pan over and take a look at the 5155. The 5155, all their screens update like that. I'm not sure why, but that's not like a bug. Yeah, I suppose I'll have to get another video of these telnetting and networking between each other, but I'll probably do that when I get the printer drivers and everything. We'll just kind of have a software demonstration of this whole setup. I'll get these interacting right next to each other at the same time real quick though. I don't think I got tree on here or anything right now. left do I got? Put these keyboards back up here too so you can get that Amber Monochrome bounce off. I just think it looks cool. Do I don't have enough memory right now, I don't think, but I think I have Nano X in this build, so we could do graphical interfaces and such, but I don't know. For now, it's just... You can see the ghosting of that Amber Monochrome. Much easier to see when we're in the dark here. I'm not sure if you guys could see that. We'll do it again after I run this. I'm going to try and run these both at the same time. I guess I'm going to be right in the way. And... pretty cool. Now it's clearing both at the same time. Well, actually not at the same time. A lot less ghosting on that 5155. Pretty cool though. I kind of like the ghosting. Anyways. That's about it, guys. Thank you for watching me unbox this new in-box, pretty much, 5160. And I hope you enjoyed. Now that I have the lighting a little better, I'm going to do one more shot of these running. Either as B-roll or just horribly edited video. Alrighty, and that's it. Thank you for watching.